Hello, my name is Mike Stewart, and welcome to the third installment of Adventures in Cigar Rolling. That is, rolling your own cigars in your own home. I said this is the third installment. The first two dealt with, in number one, the different types of equipment you'll want and need to use to roll your own cigars, and the second video focused on the different kinds of leaf you'll have, how you receive the leaf, the state that they are in, how you can store them, and then get them ready to roll your own cigars. In that first video, I also recommended a DVD that provided some background and history on cigars and cigar rolling. Today I watched for the first time a new DVD I got. It's called The Journey, and this is about Carlos Churano and his sons and their journey through growing up in Cuba, starting their own cigar business, growing leaf, etc. Here it is. I got this off eBay, and the more I watch stuff like this, it just gives me more of an appreciation for the whole cigar industry and the background behind it. Makes it that much more enjoyable for me. So again, The Journey, about the Churanos. Got it off eBay. Okay, today we're going to start rolling our own cigar. Let me please preface this by saying this is not how it's done. I don't have the training that the real cigar rollers in the factories do. All my training has actually come from YouTube videos and personal experience. So there'll be some things that I know that I do incorrectly, at least compared to what you will see in a real cigar factory. Some of them because I don't do it well, so I found a way to get around that technical flaw. Some of them I do to help preserve leaf. In the factories, the rollers don't have to worry about what it costs. They get it all handed to them. Here in the States, you're going to pay easily $20 a pound for each kind of filler leaf. And then when you get with wrapper, you're looking at $40, $50, and even $70 a pound for leaf. So trying to save money is part of the deal. So I apologize if you don't like some of the things you see. These are things that work for me, and I think the reasons for doing them are sound. So let's get started here. I'm sitting at my regular rolling table. I've got my board, which is my cutting board. I actually have constructed facetiously the cigar-o-meter. Gives me an idea of the size I'm working with and helps me maintain consistent size. And just a towel for wiping things off. I have in front of me 4 kinds of leaf. I have my binder leaf, which is the Ecuador Sumatra. Very, very mild leaf. And then I have 2 types of Seco leaf. This one from the Dominican Republic, this one from Nicaragua, and 1 type of Ligero leaf, which is also from the Dominican Republic. The way I'm going to roll these cigars, this is going to result in a fairly mild cigar. I will then put later on in the next video, we'll put a wrapper on here, put an Ecuador shade yellow leaf and then an Ecuador dark shade leaf. 2 different leaves, providing a lot of contrast to the flavor. Again, this is going to be a mild cigar, which is one I would typically have as my first cigar of the day if I know I'm going to have more. Okay. So, getting started, the first difference you'll see from what we're going to do here at home and what you'll see on videos of professionals doing it in the factories is that we have to tear our own leaf apart. In the factories, they have piles of leaf that have already been separated, graded, put together in consistent bundles, so the rollers can just say, okay, I need this leaf, this leaf, and they can just put them together. You will not have that luxury when you get your leaf, so you'll have to sort through it and decide which piece you want to put together with which piece, and how much of each piece. As you'll see, when you get your leaves vary in size. Let's say this one compared to this one. You know, they're similar, but there's a lot less leaf here, and sometimes they'll vary greatly in size. So when I say I'm going to take 1 leaf of this kind or 2 leaves of this kind, I mean about that, and I have to decide as I go along, okay, do I need more of that or less of that? That's part of the inexact science or the art of rolling your cigars. It's very much a hobby and a technique you learn by feel as well as by what you see. Okay, so what I'm going to do first, I'm going to take apart my binder, and this is a real simple thing. I start at the end of the cigar. That is the point of the leaf that's farthest from the plant, for the plant stem. And I'm going to slowly tear this in half. Now this will usually come apart pretty quickly and easily. You can see it just kind of tearing right down the center. if you tear it down the center the other direction, it will not tear so readily. It will start splitting up the middle. Okay, so this is one half of the leaf, and it does not have any stem in the center. This half still has the middle vein, which is somewhat thick. Here's another spot where I differ from what the rollers and factories will do. I pretty much take out this middle vein all the way from top to bottom, because when I'm smoking a cigar, I hate it when I get poked by a stick. I know it's not a stick. I know it's just a thick part of the vein, but it irritates me, so I just take it all out. You don't have to, but I'm gonna, because they're my cigars, and I'm gonna make them the way I want them. Okay, so I took out this middle vein. You see that it's pretty sizable, and you know you will get stuff like this in your cigars occasionally. So I just don't like to have it. Okay, now what I've done is taken one half of my leaf, and I'm going to put it aside because it's going to be the leaf that I roll on the outward side. Typically you will see them put two leaves together and roll from that direction. Again, I'm not doing things quite the way they do, but this works for me, and the cigars have turned out pretty well overall. Secondly, I already know the size of cigar I'm going to make. I'm going to be putting my cigars into a mold that makes me a cigar 5 inches long and a ring gauge of 48. And that's going to eventually result in cigars right about this size here. These are two that I've rolled. One with a Connecticut yellow shade leaf, and one with an Ecuadorian yellow shade leaf, and this with a Connecticut wrapper. You can see they're pretty smooth. They're both the same length. Got the ends there nice and cut off. And for me, especially this one, this is a pretty good looking cigar. It's got a lot of smoothness to it and very little veining. I'm real pleased with this one. This one I'm not as happy with, but it's okay. There's some bumpiness and veining on here. This is going to happen, partly because of, I'm sure, my inabilities to roll cigars really well. You're also going to find that in general it's tough to get really good wrapper leaf. I've ordered probably 9 to 12 different pounds of leaf from a couple different manufacturers, and I always have a real wide variety. Some leaves are really good, some are pretty sketchy. It's just what we deal with that you don't get in the factory, because again, they've had all their leaves sorted, so they're sitting with a pile of really nice looking leaf. We don't get that luxury. So that being said, I'm going to take one section of my binder leaf, and I'm going to cut it to size. I said I'm making a 5-inch cigar, so I'm going to cut mine in a 6-inch length. I'm lining it up with the cigar meter here, and I put the middle vein toward me, because this is the end I'm going to roll up. I'm also going to put the other portions of that binder leaf right in here, because it's a nice smooth leaf, and it's going to give me a smooth edge to my roll. Now, I also know that now I've got that started in my kinds of leaves. I know how many pieces approximately I need to put in to make the cigar the right size. Again, if the leaf is big or if the leaf is thick, it's going to take up more room, and you either need to use less of that leaf or alter the amount of